welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a magical day, and this makes today even more magical because today we're doing the Irion cross. We're doing the second reaction that I've done until now, and I'm checking out one of their songs, their original songs, just because I want to get an idea of the album. Maybe I'll listen to them afterwards also on my own time, because I do have covers that I'm told are, more of their own, let's say, craftsmanship, and they are later covers as well, so I get to see them develop. But I thought since the album came out in 2019 and all the covers are from 2021 to 2022, would be really fun to actually check out their original before starting officially on all the covers. I already did one cover, but I think now it's going to be really fun because I get to see them compose something and play it. I get to see, let's say, our vocalist, Andrea, being a lot more comfortable, maybe around, let's say, her levels of singing, or let's say the song actually fits her a lot more, and that's like helping shine, like show through her voice. And we're gonna see her voice being a lot more comfortable and her own. To be honest, in the cover, she was absolutely beautiful, stunning, and very clean and clear. Like, she was comfortable. But I feel like always an original song just shows what the creators can do, because they make it exactly where they want their own like vibe to go, what they want to achieve, the atmosphere, everything. It's like everything's calculated from beginning to end as their own. So it's very interesting to see how like they've created this and what they've chosen. So yeah, we're gonna go and do Go Away. This is the album because I'm listening to it from Spotify, and I didn't know what to do. So I usually, when I'm listening to Spotify, I usually put like the album's cover on the over here so you guys know what I'm listening to. So we're going for Go Away, which is the actual title of the whole album, and it's their very first song. That is a beautiful guitar beginning. It sounds so smooth, and it's acoustic as well. So if it hits us with, let's say, electric afterwards, it's going to be very interesting. I like that antithesis and also that sharp change when it happens. It's beautiful in songs. Okay, I love the double guitar. The double guitar here sounds beautiful. I love the entrance that was a bit later, so you could hear the second guitar entering and starting along with it. I also love drums. I love the tempo they're keeping. It's not too fast or too slow. It's closer to the quick pace, but it's nice, consistent. It just brings a nice atmosphere. Like, it begins quite nicely, brings it to you smoothly, instead of being, let's say, inconsistent from the very start. I also really like the deepness that I hear a bit of a, let's say, a bass background music in a way. I'm not sure. We're gonna continue and I'll be sure afterwards. That sounds really beautiful and smooth until now, with some nice like emphases. Okay. So it's very heavily stuck from the very beginning. Like, this whole session has been lyric session and barely enough time for our lead singer to actually like relax. It's very interesting. She was able to handle like the whole breaks in between being so small and also consistently doing that beautiful control. Um, I love how I can hear an attitude in her voice while she's singing. It's very beautiful. She's singing close to her chest voice, if not a bit, let's say with a bit of volume, with a bit of like bending and a bit of, let's say, mixing up a bit. And it's really really fun because the endings and the fades she does are very beautiful, especially that ending here. I hate you. That ending had prolonged notes for I and hate, and then you was completely different and was beautiful to hear. Like you was way higher, whereas the first ones were holding and a bit deeper, I would say. She pitched up for you, which was very, very beautifully done. Because then we enter. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. I love it. Beautiful. I love how she entered there. I love how the music's not like too much overboard here. It's kept like at a low. Um, it's very beautiful. Her endings to say stay way away. Beautiful, like holds high notes. She's getting close to high note, not actually hitting a high note. She's holding that note and reaching. It's like she's building it up and then stops. It's very interesting. It just anticipates something that's not happening, and it makes sense to start that way when you haven't actually like even like reached, let's say, half the song. So she builds up from here. And again, I really, really cannot believe like she has a really good control, like to sing all this. Like these are like full sentences. It's not like lyrics, songs that have just small lyrics that are like this thin. Like they're whole sentences with commas to breathe, and then you just continue. It's insane. I love the build up. It's so clean. I like how in this part specifically, she starts, I feel like, getting slower with how she sings those parts. It's not like in the beginning where she. I feel like that's slightly more, let's say, punching you because they were just smaller sentences, shorter pauses. This one has a longer first sentence and a smaller second sentence. It feels like she can breathe a bit more afterwards, I feel like. Like it's complete, a small complete part, breathes, second smaller part. So she breathes a bit more. Very interesting. I don't know if it continues. Well, kind of. Then it builds up again. I have my lyrics in front of me, that's why. But I can see that it's slightly different, and it's nice to see like not keeping like the same pattern even in the lyrics. I love how this part is deeper. This chorus is way, way deeper than the first one. Like I can hear her voice being at a lower, let's say, pitch. It's beautiful. Sounds very interesting. Ooh, and the fact that she hasn't paused again, it's a bit of a like stretch for a singer. Like she just continues, and she is young. Like she's not like old or something, or like has like I don't know. She has the control, like the breath control down so much that she's okay with singing and going with it. Very interesting. I love the circle back to the beginning. There's basically no more lyrics, so we have a music ending coming up. It's beautiful how you start with the guitar circle back, especially because there's no more lyrics. So what they can do is build up from the beginning, what they did in the beginning, which is acoustic, building up with, let's say, more drums, more guitars, and then second guitar, and then say either sharp or fade ending. So it's gonna be a very interesting musical ending. I want to see how it ends. But it's been beautiful until now. It's very interesting how they've made it. It's not the regular song structure. You know, you have, let's say, equally distributed small parts of lyrics in some parts. I see that maybe that's how she also, like, Andrea likes to sing. Maybe that's it. Like, it's these chunks. Because they are chunks, let's face it. She's been singing, like, huge parts with barely space for breath. And she hasn't slipped at all, which is insane. And it's very, very interesting how after that you have, let's say, a song break, musical break, re-enter that, enter chorus straight away, and then again music break for the ending. It's very interesting. They're very heavily like placed in specific spots and then heavily like release everything else during the music breaks. It's really interesting to see like the development of that. I'm not sure yet if it works or not because it's so new. I haven't seen a song like this. I'm not bothered by it, but I'm not like accustomed to it when I say yeah, it works because I haven't seen it anywhere else. But the fact that she can handle it, I mean, it works. It really is really fun to listen to. The fact that she just can and just goes for it. I feel like it also adds pressure to the lyrics. Like it adds emphasis when she just continues and continues and builds up, builds up, builds up. And it just sticks in your mind, that small session that she's been singing to you for the last, let's say, a few minutes. It's very interesting. Okay, I love the solo. I love how we have a small background. We have drums keeping the pace. I love how we have a small background bass that basically pops in irregularly. Like it's not like a pattern part of the pattern. It's a bit more rare when it's gonna hit. There is a pattern to it, but it's more like prolonged and all that. Um, and I really like how we're working slowly through the guitar solo and we're building with bending notes where you hold the note and it prolongs the actual solo. It's very interesting. I really, really like it. Super, super fun. I also like how it's, again, one of the first times I hear the solo, the guitar solo at the very end. It's really interesting. Lots of slides as well. Really interesting. I like how they're using these methods to like prolong the whole album, whole song and solo. Beautiful. That is flawless. I love the guitar solo. I love how they took a like let's say the long path to actually build up and then quickly reach the top. Like it's very very interesting how quickly they've reached the fast paced part and how short that was. It's very very fun. I like it. I like the anticipation and then quickly finish. It's really nice. It was beautiful. It's very interesting to end with a guitar solo again. I'm just rethinking that. I really really like it. It's really beautiful, like how they do it. But it's completely like out of let's say the structure that usually is used in these songs in any kind of song. Like you don't see a guitar solo at the end unless I haven't there's like an old legend of a group, a band that does it. I just don't know about them. But yeah, it's not that it doesn't work. It actually is beautiful to end with a guitar solo because it just leaves you with that beautiful, crisp, sharp, and clean sound aftertaste that it just stays in your head. I can still like think and relive that beautiful like session of solo happening. That was very, very slick. Really, really like the occasional like bass coming in and out. Beautiful, really fun. Drums were a lot of fun. Super, super cool. I like how the pace of the whole song was very, very consistent, had a tempo. Wasn't too much, wasn't too little, was smooth. I like the build up and the repeat cycle that wasn't specifically at the end, but introduced basically the solo. It's very interesting how everything developed and happened. I really like it. Something very interesting about the song is the structure, and they've certainly gone beyond any kind of, let's say, standard way to make a song. Like the way the lyrics are sung, the way the music is placed, the way the let's say order of stuff is made, let's say solo, intro, but all that. Very, very interesting. And the cool thing is that it works. It really doesn't make a difference. It's beautiful. It still is super fun to listen to. And the song is really, really interesting. Like, I also really like the lyrics. Had a lot of fun. I'm actually intrigued. I want to go check out the other songs to see if there's the same pattern to them. Maybe I can make this a double video and just put it on YouTube. Because I was curious. So, yeah, this is gonna be basically a double video. So, I'm gonna check out the second song, which is This Time. Okay, this is a beautiful intro. I love it. It's so fun. I love how we started with discs, then drums, and then guitar. Beautiful. Very crisp and clean. Ooh, I love her voice at Hypnotize. It's deeper, it has a turn to it. Ooh, that was fun. Wow. Okay. Her high notes in this one are insane. Beautiful. Wow. I love it. I love it so much. It does seem like this is her singing style, like that building and full sentences and all that small, cramped space to breathe. That is how she sings. It's very interesting because not a lot of people choose this style. I mean, maybe she didn't choose it. Maybe it's just what works for her. It's very interesting and it's not that regular kind of singing. I like it. It's really fun and interesting how she performs this way. She also can handle it clearly because of her control, like beautifully done control of the voice and the breath. I can't even hear it like when she breathes. It's beautifully done. Really interesting. I also love how the music in the background while she's singing, I can hear the guitar and it's handled very, very beautifully, like clean, crisp. I can hear a tempo repeated through the guitar. It's like a little solo session repeating itself very nicely. There's a small pause where I can not hear guitar and I get to hear a bit more of bass and drums. Beautiful as well. Everything is done very, very nicely. I can pick up lots of instruments through the times where she's not singing but also singing. And that beginning was also very beautiful. Oh, beautiful. I love it. Again, like that's the ending of lyrics. And once again, we have musical ending, except if the lyrics do repeat themselves a bit. But beautiful. I love the save me phrase. She goes beyond, like, let's say she hits high note and then holds it even beyond that. It's beautiful. Beautifully done. And they do repeat the same pattern as the first song where we had that slower pace after the lyrics and then building up. So let's see if they continue because we are slowing down once again here, but it's not the ending of the song. Lots of slides, sliding and bending, okay? Okay, that was beautiful. I love how we had a basically small part where it began the guitar solo, but it kind of didn't. I feel like we had a small first guitar solo that was slower and deeper, and then we got to you could kind of hear the switch where a different guitar picked up, and it was a bit higher and a bit like faster. Really, really interesting. I liked that. That was beautifully done. Really, really liked the bending and the sliding we had also come take place. And it's interesting to see how this one does have lyrics. Again, it's very interesting. Okay. Beautiful. I would have liked a bit of a more crisp ending. I think that because it had re-entrance of vocals, but it wasn't, let's say, a full verse, it was missing something for me. Like I would have liked it just a tiny bit more for the ending. Maybe she could enter maybe guitar solo during that prolonging of the guitar solo intro era could have some backing vocals to introduce and let's say connote that you have a like vocal re-entry after the guitar solo. Could be a little bit of a warning in a way, since they do have that with the fact that they don't use guitar. They do guitar solo and then ending from the previous song. For this one, they could have added a, let's say, warning in a way with the vocals, backing vocals. And that ending, I feel like it was too short. Like it was like 3 sentences basically just to end it. It was this time will make them scream with with words covered in blood, and that wasn't also as long. Like the note wasn't held as long as before. So if they've either prolonged the ending of each sentence or let's say emphasized with a pause before save me that part and like climaxed it a bit more, I feel like the ending would have made a lot more satisfactory kind of like ending and finish. But I really like it anyways. It's a really, really interesting song. I like the ending. I like the beginning, like how it flows. Again, the ending could have been a bit sharper. Or it could have faded and it could be a faded ending. I just feel like how it ended right here could have been a tiny bit cleaner. Like could have, let's say, I like the way they finished me, like that was beautiful, that ending with the vocals. We could have a pause between the two lyrics though. She could sing it exactly how she sang it, but have a pause between save me and the previous sentence. And after save me, we could have tiny bit more music and like a sharp one and then end it. Or the music could be building up while she sings and then ending it sharply. Like, you know what I mean? Or we could have ended with music stopping before her and she finishes a cappella. Like, I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas and I don't know if they would actually work that well, but I'm just thinking of them in my mind and seeing if they would work. And I feel like one of them at least would actually kind of work. So yeah. But I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too. This was an unexpected way to end, but yes, hello, song 2 ending. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll let myself end from the previous recording. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications that will be sent. And I'll see you guys next time in my next reaction. Bye bye!